My name is Jeralynn Blueford, and I'm the mother of murder victim Alan Blueford, who was killed by Oakland police on May 6th of 2012. And I'm not, excuse me, I don't know if you've heard anything about what's going on with my son's case and, how he was chased down and stood over and assassinated. He's 18 years old, a couple of weeks before his graduation, and this officer runs him down. As he falls, he stands over him, looking in his eyes, while my son is saying, I didn't do anything, I didn't do anything. He shoots him in the chest, right in his heart, and my son says, why did you shoot me? And that was his last words. And since then, we have been organizing in the community of Oakland. We've been going to East Coast and to different venues such as this to just get our word out and sort of just tell our story, because Alan is no longer here to tell his side. And the brutality that we are facing as a family, they have slandered him in the news. They have told lies about him. They have covered up their, protecting their officers. They have done everything that they could possibly do to stop us as a family, to stop me as a mother, as a woman, someone who's used to coming home and seeing this beautiful smile on this kid's face to now coming home and there's no one there. And they decided that they could attack his character, but we're not going to stand for that. We're going to fight. We're going to keep fighting. It doesn't matter what they say. We know Alan. We could tell the story. We have proof of what's going on. And we've had to go to the Oakland City Council on several occasions just to get a police report, to get a coroner's report. Everything that we have accomplished in my son's case, we've had to sue, or we've had to threaten, or we've had to demonstrate. And I just can't believe that that's not how our democracy works. I mean, I can believe it because I'm living it, but to be subjected to it, it's discrimination. It's badger. It's just downright cruel and mean to do this to a person, to do this to a family. And on the flip side of that, it's like, how do you go on? What am I supposed to do? I mean, I can't allow, as a mother, as a woman, as a person with rights, to allow them to just disintegrate my son's reputation, to demolish his honor and his character. I have to fight. And I can appreciate what the young lady was saying and the other lady that was saying the time is now. The time is now to fight. I mean, women have been fighting for centuries upon centuries. I mean, we had to fight for the right to vote. We had to fight for the right to equal pay. We have to fight every milestone we have had to fight. And not only as a woman, as a mother, I have to fight again for justice. So this is why I'm here. This is what I'm about. There's just so many different emotions that comes along with it. And the last thing that has happened in our case, I mean, I grew up in a Christian family, and I love God, and I love people, and God is love, and you're not supposed to care about the person's gender or their color or where they come from or their economic status. But this is what I've been taught my whole entire life. And on the day that I just lost my father 2 weeks ago, in addition to losing my son, and on the day that I'm burying my father, there's a city council meeting in Oakland. And I wasn't able to attend it because, it was just so much. And the same people that, You know, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles that came to the Bay Area, that put their money into the church, that fed the homeless, and, you know, all the outreach services that they did for the city of Oakland, and me having to do without a say. If my parents said we had to feed the homeless, that's what we did. It didn't matter. But this is who I am. And my husband is sitting there pleading with them not to approve this measure that's endorsed by this guy they're bringing in to pay $250,000 where they've cut school programs. There's no elementary schools that have a playground now in the Oakland. But they're going to bring this guy in because the crime is so bad, and they're going to pay him a salary. And who endorses him? The church. My church. The people that are supposed to stand by me. The same people that knew my son as a child for their own political gain. And my husband got up very heartbroken and spoke softly before the city council. Not one of the people turned to him and said, "You have my condolences. I'm sorry for your loss." He walked away. They just woke up and spoke their piece. And I have a big, huge problem with that because people are dying every day. And the money that you are paying this man, you are taking away child care privileges, you're taking away after-school programs, you're taking away all of the things that could help save a life in order for you to gain political ground. You see, had I been the clergyman, instead of going up and making my case, I would have taken that all the way to Washington. I would have taken it to the mayor because I know there's a lot of black on brown crime around this Bay Area, but they're not killing each other with paper guns. They're not pulling the guns out of the air. The guns are coming into our cities and our communities somehow. It's because that's how you keep the rich rich and the poor poor. That's what you do. I go around and I speak to a lot of the youth, and youth are coming up to me saying, if this could happen to your son, this could definitely happen to me. Why dream about college? I might not live to see tomorrow. It's heartbreaking, the stories that I'm getting. And I'm telling them, no, you gotta have hope. You gotta keep trying. You gotta keep pushing. And I have to be honest, after watching the city council meeting last week, I was like, this is it. Can't take no more. I'm just gonna go to bed and I'm not gonna get up anymore. But I heard my son's voice in my head. He said, come on, Jay, you gonna let them do you like that? I know you're not gonna stand for that. And I got up and I said, you know what? Let me roll up my sleeves. They haven't seen anything. I'm coming for you. I will fight for justice. The time is now. The time is now for us to stand together as women, the time for us to stand together as community members, the time for us to stand together as a people and fight this racism against women, this inequality against women, this murder against the, they don't want to say anything when it's an officer involved shooting. They sweep that all under the rug. They don't want you to know about what they're going to do with unleashing these tanks in the neighborhoods. They don't want to say anything about that. They don't want to tell you. They're just saying, oh, X amount of dollars of what they're going to pay this man. They don't want to make this a better world. They don't want to take us to a higher height and a deeper depth, but we are going to go there because we are not going to stop. No matter what it takes. We're going to fight for women equality. We're going to fight for the rights and the justice for Alan Blueford, and we'll take on any of them that have anything to say about that. You can't tell me what I could do with my body. You can't tell me what I could keep in my body. If I get impregnated and I don't want to have the baby, that's my choice. That's between me and God. It don't have nothing to do with you. And for anybody to come and tell you that that's what you should do with your body, you laugh at them right in your face. You laugh at them because they can't tell you what to do with your body. They can't tell you you can't have contraceptive. They can't tell you anything about you. It's your story between you and God. So you just stand up, hold your head high, roll up your sleeves, stand with me as I stand with you as we enter this fight, and we're going to win this fight. Thank you.